Whether or not the newest entry in an annual sports franchise is worth the purchase almost seems like a question that isn't even worth asking, for one reason or another. Longtime fans and enduring fanatics continue to buy each new entry year in, year out, regardless of how significantly improved or different they are over what they already purchased the year before. On the other hand, those who don't engage with the series or the sports to a great degree tend to not care enough to buy each new entry, only dipping their toes in once every handful of years, if that. Only when a new entry makes significant fundamental changes does it serve as an exception to this genre-specific rule.
Building up nicely, what a match this promises to be. It's Barcelona, and they take on Paris Saint-Germain.
I think it's so important that both teams start on the front foot, take the game to the opposition.
Hold on, chance! Well, that hasn't taken long. In front already.
Unsurprisingly, EA Sports FC 26 is not such an exception. It is instead exactly what you would expect, an iterative yearly upgrade that retains the established framework while making tweaks based on player feedback. Thankfully, that is something that the game does quite well. Though FC 26 isn't a huge leap over its predecessors, and though not all of its changes make meaningful difference, those that do work make it worth a look for fans of the sport and the franchise. One of FC 26's headlining changes is the newest instant demarcation between two different playstyles. There's competitive, which is the default for Ultimate Team and all other online or multiplayer modes, and retains past FC and FIFA titles focus on speed and adrenaline-fueled action. Then there's Authentic, which players can choose in all offline modes, primarily career mode, which, as its name suggests, attempts to emphasize authentic simulation to a far greater degree by slowing down the pace of the game. In years past, the franchise has consistently struggled to find the balance between those two sides, and has often received criticism for going too far in one direction or the other. Having both available as different options to appeal to different players, then, is a clever solution to the problem.
And passing it well. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Taking one for the team. A corner to Arsenal. Will this be the catalyst for an equal?
It works, too, because you can definitely tell the difference. Personally, I much prefer Authentic mode, which is much more suited to my career mode-centric play sessions. With the moment-to-moment on-pitch action slowed down, the game places greater focus on each individual phase of play, which means each action on the pitch feels more meaningful. Defending feels weightier and more precise, midfield builds up and battles take on a much more tactical form, and attacks seem like they rely more on a pace difference and speed of plays. A winger bombing down on a counter and a bulky center back chasing him back shouldn't have the same pace, which is something that past FIFA and FC games haven't always been great at reflecting. And though it doesn't feel like FC 26 has fully solved that issue with its Authentic mode, it does feel like it's gotten closer than certainly its immediate predecessors did. Now, I do realize, of course, that the series' faster, arcadey, almost ping-pong-esque gameplay style does appeal to a vast portion of the audience, and even to myself from time to time, but I am glad nonetheless that not only has FC 26 made a conscious effort to walk back on FC 25's excessive tendencies in this area following criticism from fans, but has also done it, for the most part, quite effectively. Thankfully, those who do prefer that faster, more arcadey style of play do have access to it as well, so even if you want to retain that faster moment-to-moment action in career mode, not just in the multiplayer offerings, you can certainly go ahead and do just that. EA Sports FC 26 makes a handful of other notable changes to career mode, though they're not all as successful. For instance, players are now offered more ways to engage with the mode, with several specific scenarios being offered as an option when you're starting out your career, tasking you with anything from dealing with a significant points deduction at the start of a season, to winning a certain amount of trophies, to grappling with a unique set of financial circumstances hamstringing your club's development. Another option lets you simulate a total of 5 leagues at the same time, which will be a particularly popular option for career mode enthusiasts, I imagine. While those additions do feel meaningful, others feel a bit more superfluous. For instance, the new Unexpected Events feature proclaims to throw, well, unexpected curveballs at you in the middle of a season every now and then, from players suddenly deciding that they want to leave for some reason, to unforeseen injuries or retirements. Really, however, this in particular just feels like EA just taking an ordinary part of the career mode experience and slapping a label onto it to make it feel like a significant new addition. Dealing with unexpected player-related events is what career mode has always been built on, and this just seems like a different skin that doesn't even change that much on the surface, much less at its core. On the pitch, EA Sports has been promising long-requested improvements made to defending gameplay, and at least if you have stuck with the FC games the last couple of years, it's likely that you'll quickly notice the difference. Tackles feel more efficient, defensive movements feel much more accurate and reliable, and things such as automatic tracking back for players not in your control, just as one example, do come across as meaningful improvements to defensive player AI. Of course, the FIFA/FC games are no strangers to making abundant gameplay tweaks and changes with post-launch patches, and not always for the better. FC 25's early months, and beyond, still stand fresh in series fans' memories, so here's hoping that FC 26 doesn't end up walking back on its defensive gameplay changes.
Now, options are plenty. Oh, he's left his marker for dead. And he's kept it out, fully stretched, somehow reaching it. Well, the manager has seen enough, not his best.
If you are already a fan of the series, then you'll find plenty to like in this game across the board. From the changes made to the on-pitch gameplay in response to player feedback, to ones made to the structure of the specific modes, to even the franchise's long overdue recognition of the fact that its immense audience may want two completely separate styles of play, EA Sports FC 26 is a great game for those already on board with the series. But if you're not, well, if you've played previous games and didn't care much for them, or were hoping for dramatic changes, this title isn't for you. If you haven't played these games before and just wanted a good football game, then this is as good of a title to look into as any other EA Sports FC game. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Vault upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.